Alrighty, here we go. We will now join our regularly scheduled program, already in progress. I've already been tearing some cars out this morning, of course, and crushing and loading trucks and all that goodly gobbly stuff. And figure out to film the crushing out, or tearing out, I should say. We got to tear the cars up before we can crush them down. Tearing out the motors and transmissions, radiators, AC condensers, and heater cores. Good old copper dash wiring. Suggested to me more than once by more than one fellow employee to get a GoPro and just live stream my job, what I do all day here. I said people would love to just watch what you do all day long. Mainly I make these videos for myself and just my family. See, I don't advertise my videos. I don't tag my videos or anything. Not the stuff I do here at work. I put them up mainly just to video record and record some of the things that I do here. Share with family, friends, or anybody that's kind of curious, wants to see something of what I do. I can send them a link to a particular video or an example video of, tearing out or crushing or loading or one of the other odd jobs I do here, tasks that I do. I'm not interested in being internet famous. I, of course, don't monetize my videos. Not sure anything about that. It's not my thing. Of course, I don't allow comments under my videos because I'm not going to give space for trolls, toxic people, know-it-alls, robots, people with other agendas that have nothing to do with the video, things like that. Just watch the fucking videos. I don't care about the opinions of strangers. Just all a bunch of zeros and ones to me on the internet. I don't know you personally. Why should I care about what you have to say? Sorry, that's how I feel. And no, I'm not sorry. Enjoys watching these videos and they just like watching them. Hey, I'm glad. I'm glad you enjoy them. But like I said, I do this mainly for my own personal agenda. I use YouTube for my own personal agenda. It's not to make money or to get YouTube famous. Certainly none of that shit. Selling guy just let me know how many cars he just brought out to me. Over 2 dozen, 25. easier for the ground man to get. The heater core out of the dash. All that good stuff. Yeah, I'm going to slash these old tires here. Pop those balloons. All right. Break time. I'll keep working. Ground guys want to take a break. I'll just keep on working.
Chris.
There we go.
Come on. Hey, come see me after break, please. You can take the break first.
You can take the break right now. Vehicles like this, as long as you got all the doors, typically I like to turn into trash cars, basically trash cans for trash from cars. And see, radiator. That's that one. Bike. I like it. Nothing else there. Motor table. They deal with all these motor transmissions and flipping alternators and starters off, spark plugs out. Take transmissions off the motors typically. All that good stuff. See the transfer case down there. Turn out that dash. Let's see about this transfer case here. Goods in the way here. Grab his transfer case and put it in here with motors and trans. radiators and all that stuff out of the car as they're cutting the wire out. Dash out of the way a little bit better. Broke loose there from the dash. Firewall there next to the firewall. Alright. And this will make a good trash car. That sun coming out, I can feel the heat of it on the back of my neck, back of my head. It's getting hot in here. Turn the AC. Waiting room full of people here, full of cars, organ donors. I harvest the organs and I cremate them. This is the last stop well, technically not the last stop for a car. The last stop is when they go off of the trucks. I load them on and they're taken to these metal recycling plants. They have the big giant grinders. You can see videos of that kind of stuff on YouTube. It's pretty neat. And the crushed cars, where I crush them, all that, they take it, put them in a giant grinder with a crane or whatever, and grind all the metal up, sorts all the metal and all the plastic and everything else. Same thing happens with motors and transmissions, though. They get ground up too. The reason we take them out is because the quality of the metal in motors and transmissions is typically different. What's used for the frames and bodies of a car and suspension and all that kind of stuff. And so the company gets more money if they separate the motors and transmissions out. But the motor transmissions also get ground up. You can see that on videos on YouTube and stuff. And other video sites like Rumble and BitChute and Odyssey and wherever else. Good, delicious copper wiring there. So all that gets cut out, sold, recycled copper. Some cars, the engines, transmissions tear out beautifully, and others it's just rough. Never a dull moment doing this job, that's for sure. Some dashes get hooked up and way back on the front seat. You gotta get them out of there so it's easier on the ground guys to get to the wires. So either break them loose or bend them out, whatever happens. Sometimes all I can do is just scrape with the fork. Just scrape what I can out. Whatever I can do to get as much of the wiring and stuff loose for the guys as easy as possible for them. Some of the hoods will do that too. They just don't want to open or unlatch, I should say. Of course, that's not going to stop me, but it's funny. See, I can't just push the hood back. I've got to get the hood out of the way, broke out of the way. So when I bust out the dash, the ground guys can get to it. No, nothing in the way. Now, what happened here? Oh, let's see. Okay. That wiring, that dash busted out. There's that wiring. Guys come back from break, I'll be way ahead of them. 15-minute break. I got two 15-minute breaks and an hour lunch. paid for the breaks, but we don't get paid for our lunch. You have to clock out for lunch. Most of the time I don't take my 15-minute breaks. I just keep working, even though I could do it and be getting paid for it. I just want to get my tasks done for the day. A lot to my job, a lot of things I'm responsible for, not just the tearing out, crushing, and loading. I gotta deal with other things here, and so I just try to do what I can to keep on top. This is one of those cars that has the brackets front, and they can actually hang on to the motor and make things mess. The front part of the car and everything hanging on. So I can break those brackets right off like that. What will happen is the motor will come out. The front grill and everything hangs on, and then it's really, really hard to get that off of the motor when the motor's loose. So I learned to just go ahead and snap those cross pieces off, and it doesn't become an issue. But I better wait. Oh, that motor's falling all to pieces on me now. That's all right. What happened, I didn't have a good hold on the motor, and if there's enough wires and hoses, it will slip out of the claw. I need to mess with all this now. Just push it to the side. Pieces I can't handle. Nothing I can do to get them. I can get the engine. When a transmission or something busts, it's just complete pieces like that, and it just gets scooped up at the end of the day and thrown into a trash car. It's not the end of the world. Sold regular scrap metal. Sometimes that happens. Set the firewall there. Key to core is and stuff. Key to cores a lot of times are encased in plastic. Bust that plastic up a little bit with a fork. Makes it easy on the ground guy to get it. Saw the guy here dropped a motor bed. And motors everywhere. Transmission or something. hate the truck bed that's being used for motors and transmissions. In my opinion, it's fucking stupid. Just to be blunt, drop the motor over there. It's actually fucking retarded. The truck beds will fall apart because of the weight of the motors and transmissions. They don't last. Truck beds are great for radiators, heater cores, copper wiring, catalytic converters, things like that. They use motors bed for, but we actually need steel bins for the motors and transmissions because this causes a lot of problems here. Burns up time. Handling and rehandling motors and transmissions because the beds fall apart. Try not to overload them, make them too heavy. And then the motor table, they have forklifts. And those forklifts, those little forklifts with little forks, end up tearing up the beds because they got to push the beds, they got to move them around. It's not their fault. Alright, I'm gonna end this video here and start another one.